Some things are always right in front of your eyes, but you never really see them. LG is one of them, a brand you have known since childhood. But can you guess what is the original meaning of LG? If you picked option 1, congratulations, you are wrong. To understand it, we need to go back to 1947 and start with LG's very first product. Nope, it was face cream. In 1947, South Korea was rebuilding from the devastation of war. A man named Koo In-hui started a small company called Lakhui, pronounced as Lucky. He wasn't trying to build a tech giant. He was selling a cosmetic product called Lucky Cream. It became a massive hit. But there is a problem. The cream jars kept breaking. Not the cream, but the lids. At the time, Korea had no domestic plastic manufacturers, so Koo had no choice but to import jars and lids from overseas. Traders kept reporting the same issue. The lids cracked during transport and the product arrived damaged. Instead of switching suppliers, Koo decided to solve the root problem. He imported a plastic injection molding machine, the first of its kind in Korea. The goal was simple, make plastic lids that wouldn't break. But when you have plastic molding machine, you don't just stop there. Soon, they started making all kinds of plastic products, combs, toothbrushes, soap dishes, every object no one even thought about. Within a few years, Lucky was no longer just a cosmetics company. It quietly became one of the most important plastic manufacturers in the country, the backbone of daily life, hiding in plain sight. That's when Koo asked a dangerous question. What else can we build with this? In 1958, he launched a new division. He called it Gold Star. Using the plastic manufacturing dominance, he built South Korea's very first homemade radio. And this is when a giant was born. For decades, it was two companies meshed together, Lucky and Gold Star. If you grow up in the 80s or 90s, you might remember Gold Star. They were known for making cheap products. They were the budget option, and right beside them was their biggest threat, Samsung. At a point, their rivalry got so dirty, it turned physical. We'll get that in a moment. Subscribe if you don't want to miss stories like this. By 1995, they started to feel this. Lucky Gold Star was a mouthful, and Gold Star sounded cheap. So they took L from Lucky and G from Gold Star, and LG was born. To the world, they told it's life's good, which is actually their slogan. I know, I was surprised too, but it's a harmless lie. But that rebrand triggered a war. LG decided that they wouldn't just be the cheap option anymore. They went all in premium tech. Phones, TVs, appliances, every category became a battlefield. The rivalry escalated so far that in 2014, ahead of a major tech show in Germany, Samsung accused LG executives of deliberately damaging Samsung's washing machine inside a store. LG's response was hilarious. The door was simply weak. Even courts got involved because of this sabotage. For a moment, it looked like LG was winning the climb, but then came one of their biggest failures. LG fought hard in smartphones, but finally in 2021, they walked away completely. It looked like a defeat, and this defeat started a new chapter. When everyone else chased apps and ecosystem, LG doubled down on what it had always understood best: materials, components, foundation, and especially displays. Today, LG is one of the most important players in OLED. OLED display is king for one reason: infinite contrast. In normal TV, a backlight is always on, so blacks look gray. But in OLED, each pixel lights itself, and when it turns off, it's truly off. Pure black, cinematic. You've probably seen the QLEDs from Samsung. Brighter sounds impressive in marketing statement, but just brightness can't give you what OLED can: contrast. Samsung didn't choose QLED screens because it was better. They chose it because large OLED was too hard to crack. But why making OLED is so difficult? You see, OLED does so good on small screens, like phones. But the moment you scale it up to large TV panels, everything starts to break. Pixel fails, brightness becomes uneven, panels age at different speeds. Every major company tried to perfect it and failed. Even Samsung and Sony gave up, but LG kept refining the process, absorbing years of losses, fixing problems that others abandoned. And eventually it worked. When you see large OLED TVs sold by Samsung, Sony, or Philips, the panel inside comes from LG display. LG didn't just succeed at OLED, they outlasted everyone. Today, LG is a $140 billion empire, and it's far beyond washing machines and TVs. Energy, chemicals, telecom, automotives, optics, they have all of them. It's a long way from a small face cream company whose biggest problem was a broken lid. LG's global power didn't start with innovation hype or futuristic vision. It started because one man refused to accept broken lids and did something about it. Some things are always right in front of your eyes, but now you finally see LG and how far it has come.